The reality is that not everybody will see neurodiversity as an important term, something that they associate with or identify with. That is just human nature. What I would say though is neurodiversity has allowed people to fully embrace their neurological unique selves. And sometimes they've not realised why they've found certain things so difficult, why they've found certain environments so difficult, and why they have faced trauma through just a simple way and fact that their brain is working in a different way to perhaps others within that environment or workplace. I would have loved to be able to have shared with my younger self, hey Theo, the reason why you're not able to learn your times tables is because your brain is not able to access that information in the way that it's being provided. It's not able to retain that information in the way that it's been provided. You're not broken. You're not less than. Your brain just works differently. And Theo, that is okay. And to my younger self, when I sat there in the classroom and I would say my name, Theo, and people would laugh and go, it's Theo, because everybody else could say my name, Theo, but I could only say Theo. And I couldn't read, and I couldn't spell, and I couldn't write. And I couldn't write on the board. And, at the time, you don't understand the impact that has on an individual. And the reality is that being able to support individuals who felt less than for no other reason than the way they were provided information, support and guidance did not meet their individual needs. And there is now something that they can do about it. So you may not identify with the term neurodiversity. You may not identify with being marginalised or system impacted because of the way that your brain works. But for those who have, for those who do, this is a powerful concept. And in reality, from the work I've done with organisations, we are not talking small percentages here. We are talking 20-30% of your workforce have possibly been marginalised or system impacted because of the way that their brain works. And they face trauma at some point in their lives through the education system or beyond for that reason. That's 2/3 of a workforce. Now imagine this. It's not just those people who've been impacted. It's their partners, it's their families, it's their wider community. It really does increase in numbers when we ask people not, are you ADHD or dyslexic or autistic, but do you have somebody in your close family network who is, that you provide support to? Now that significantly increases the numbers from 10, 20, 30% to 40 to 50 to 60%. And that is significant. I have specific needs due to my neurological makeup and significant strengths, as do my daughter. And my wife is a support mechanism for both of us. But maybe she doesn't get recognised outside of our home environment within the work environment. So when we consider neurodiversity, we are not just considering the individual, but the wider network, the team, the community, the family. Think of the positivity that we can do by engaging and embracing this topic. Just as I think about how I could have helped my younger self, how many younger people can you help today? How many people within your environment can you support? How can you enable them? Because ultimately they will perform better, they will be happier, they'll be more productive, not just in their work, but in all the things that they do when they start to understand that they are not broken, that their brain is different and unique, and that is okay. That is powerful. And when we lean into that difference, that strength, that is where beautiful things happen. So think about that. Think about your colleagues, your co-workers, think about your friends and your family members. When you support them and when you show up for them and when you be an ally for them, that is powerful. Because very rarely have they had that type of support and consideration in other parts of their lives. Teachers who may have inadvertently not supported them or not helped them through lack of understanding or awareness. Systems and processes that were built for them that were not helpful. An insistence that they need to communicate in a particular way, that they need to verbalize their thoughts and ideas whereby they may be more comfortable writing them down. In many aspects and facets of work and in life, we get people to work in a way that seems right for us. But what if it doesn't work for them? What adaptations, adjustments and considerations are we making? And often, to be an ally, it is first just to seek to understand where that individual is coming from, to build trust, and then to help them and support them through influencing. And many of us may have significant opportunity to influence, whether that be in our communities or in the workplace or via academia. We need to take our responsibility as allies, as senior representatives within those areas, and make the changes required to support our fellow human beings. And that is really important. So to be an ally is to listen, it's to understand, it's to appreciate, it's to support, but it's to take action. It's to take action on the behalf of others that will increase inclusivity and allow equity for all within all aspects of our lives. That is really important. And whatever terminology, whatever words, however you identify with it, we're talking about a significant proportion of the population, the global population that's being impacted. And therefore, if you choose to ignore it, you choose to ignore the future prosperity of the planet, of organisations, of education environments, of political systems and regimes that ultimately need to be adapted and changed for the future. So that is how important the concept of neurodiversity is and why we all belong in that conversation.